ANC launching its manifesto, and we are joined by political writer and analyst Dr. Ebrahim Harvey. Doc, the president is about to take to the podium. What are your expectations?
Yeah, well, look, it's a very, very big moment. Probably the most important local government elections in post-apartheid South Africa. The ANC has its back against the wall. It's facing its biggest crisis ever in post-apartheid South Africa right now, and especially in Johannesburg. I mean, the city is falling apart. So really, if you look at it, and especially what the manifesto is going to consist of today, if you understand it properly, the ANC knows that it is in very serious trouble. So reports indicate that all those who are on grants, are almost 30 million in this country, is going to be eligible, almost 30 million people to receive all basic services free of charge. It's going to have massive fiscal implications. Already we have a huge fiscal crisis in South Africa. So this is one of the things that the ANC is offering the voters, because they know they are in very serious trouble, you know. And that I think, in fact, the ANC, if you look at it, you have to not forget something here. The ANC lost the 2016 and 2021 local government elections in the powerhouse of production and nerve center of the economy, Gauteng. It is now in a much worse state than it was when it lost 2016 and 2021. And if you look at the polling, you know, between 15–25%, really, I think, you know, I'd be surprised if the ANC doesn't not just lose the 2024 November 4th local government election, but loses it badly. All the polls are indicating a terrible downward slide for the ANC. And I don't think, you know, between now and 3 months' time, the ANC is going to be able to do much to turn this tide. It's a huge thing that's coming, you know. I doubt it very much. The ANC is going to be able to prevent getting probably the biggest hiding in local government elections on the 4th of November. You talk of, look at Joburg. Joburg, I'm from Joburg, it's my hometown. It's falling to pieces, man. It's the biggest infrastructural crisis in the entire history of Johannesburg. Except for Cape Town. The municipal crisis is around the country. Throughout the country you have, it's just incredible, you know. And to some extent, things are a little better in Cape Town. But all other municipalities, and especially the powerhouse of production, nerve center of the economy, Gauteng, it's just terrible. I mean, the biggest mess you can imagine is crippling the city of Johannesburg right now. And whether, you know, who comes in, probably Mayor Helen Zille might probably win this mayorship, I think. But whether it's gone too far, the decay and degeneration and the crisis in Joburg, I don't know. I sometimes honestly feel it's so bad that it might have gone a bit too far for her to rescue it. But we have a big, and also we have to see today if the ANC is going to mention who its mayoral candidates are. It hasn't done that. You know, I don't know why. You know, Reverend Frank Chikani appears to be going to be the ANC's top candidate for the mayoral position in Gauteng. It's the most important mayoral position on the African continent. Who turns out to be mayor of Joburg? I mean, it's the biggest budget on the African continent, municipal budget, is in Johannesburg. So, you know, I don't want to sound pessimistic, but honestly, the crisis in Johannesburg, which is reflected and refracted largely in many municipalities throughout the country, is so bad that one must just hope that it's not gone too far down for her or whoever wins the mayorship to be able to turn the city around.
Yeah. So if you look at the numbers, the ANC, even though it has lost a lot of support, it was still the biggest political party in terms of the numbers. They also occupied, what, 161 that they won outright out of the 213 in the last local government elections. Do you see them continuing to play that role? Because in terms of the shifts with regards to the gaining of votes and popularities of opposition parties, there doesn't seem to be any tectonic signs of in terms of shifts in other parties. Of course, we speculate about the DA, being the biggest gainer, but it still does not give them, according to the polling that I've seen, the majority, for instance, in the city of Johannesburg and in the city of Tshwane. How do you see that going? Are you also anticipating the fact that even though they might lose support still, they would still be the dominant political party in terms of proportions?
Well, I don't even think it's now guaranteed the dominance, in terms of, you must remember, I think, you might have a big stay away, people who register but who don't turn up for the vote because the level of disinterest, the lethargy that has gripped the electorate is right around the country, So that's a big thing, who turns out to vote. And I think it's possible. You must remember the DA is pulling out all the stops that because they know to win Joburg is going to be a massive gain for the DA. So it's pulling out all the stops, but you're right. It's possible that they may end up with a coalition government. But I still think the coalition government, depending how well the ANC does, will consist primarily then of the ANC and the DA. They are the two biggest parties in the country. The other parties are small parties, but they might play an important role depending on the configuration of the coalition and who's leading it and what happens with the elections on the 4th of November. But I think if you look at polling indications, it doesn't look good for the ANC at all. And it's therefore very likely, really, it's not impossible that the DA wins that thing outright. It's possible, I mean, they are so tired of what's happening in Joburg, really, that I think many might, even reluctantly
let's talk about the city of Johannesburg.
DA.
Let's talk about the city of Johannesburg. To what extent is it some kind of a advantage, I suppose, to the executive mayor, Dada Murero, that they've managed to pay 5 billion rands to Eskom, because electricity issues were one of the issues that really besieged the city of Johannesburg?
No, it's important, but I mean, they're sitting with such a huge, that is, to me, it's important, it's significant, but it's dwarfed. Even that payment is dwarfed by the depth of the fiscal crisis. I mean, the city of Johannesburg is broke. If you listen to the Minister of Finance, I mean, it's
I'm sorry,
situation.
Dr. Harvey, I'm going to cut you there because the president of the ANC is just about to take to the podium to deliver the election manifesto of the ANC. Let's go there.
All right.